A work presented by Mary and Roma from BSED-SCIENCE 2B. A summary of smaller and smaller circles. A young boy's dead body has been found in a dump in the slums of Payatas district of Quezon City. His face has been skinned and his organs and genitalia removed. Could it be the work of a serial killer? Unfortunately, Philippines police departments do not keep very good statistics on crimes, nor do they follow up on missing persons reports, so it's not easy determining if there have been previous murders this grisly. Luckily, we have Father BSED-SCIENCE, a Catholic priest and the country's foremost forensic anthropologist, to come to the rescue. The director of the National Bureau of Investigations, Director Lastimosa, senses that this is an important case yet doesn't trust the police to solve it. Do you know why? So he asks for Father BSED-SCIENCE's help. There is some resistance in the law enforcement community to receiving assistance from an outsider like Father BSED-SCIENCE, particularly from the ambitious and inept attorney Benjamin Arcinas. Father BSED-SCIENCE, with the help of his sidekick, Father Jerome Lucerno, suspect that there are more killings like this one, but many in the Bureau believe that the serial killings just don't happen in the Philippines. Whenever he finds himself at a social occasion that brings him into contact with law enforcement officials, BSED-SCIENCE tentatively tries out his theory. It is quickly withdrawn when some police generals smiles patronizingly and say, "You've been watching too many foreign movies, Father BSED-SCIENCE. There are no serial killers in the Philippines. They don't believe it at all." Of course, they're the police. Nobody believes them. The reasons offered simultaneously amuse and anger BSED-SCIENCE. Our neighborhoods are too congested. Our neighbors are too nosy. Our families too tightly knit for secrets to be kept and allowed to fester. We have too many ways to blow off steam: the nightclub, the karaoke bar, the after-work drinking binges with our fun-loving barkada. We're too Catholic, too God-fearing, too fearful of scandal. So about this comment, this made me wonder whether some societies really are more conducive to producing serial killers than others. What do you think? So, moving forward, Father BSED-SCIENCE and Father Jerome eventually do find out that there are more young boys who have been murdered in this way. A feisty and brilliant journalist and former pupil of Father BSED-SCIENCE, Joanna Bonifacio, sees the pattern as well, and she joins the investigation. The best part of the book is that it's more than just a crime novel. It's also a criticism of inequality and injustices facing many of the poor people in the Philippines. Let's take this as an example, as like what we can see in the world right now. Most people are living in inequality. For example, you're in a jeep, and people would say that you're standing, you're a woman, and people would like, "Oh, you must be a gentleman and you should offer your seat to a woman." But do you think so that is an equal sign? Is gender equality in there? I don't think so. In the government, do you sense corruption? In political society, if we're going to see it through that way, what's happening? So this book doesn't just gives us the part of the crime parts, but also it's an eye-opening of what is going on into the world. This book also looks at corruption and the poorness of the government, law enforcement, and the church in the Philippines. And other issues like pedophilia are examined as we learn throughout the book of Father BSED-SCIENCE's attempt to bring fellow priests to justice for pedophilia, all while the church hierarchy and the elites of society protect this priest. And yes, the meaning of the title, this refers to the killer's growing paranoid feelings of being watched by others, Father BSED-SCIENCE, Father Jerome, and the police. And this was written on 2002, and then it was later expanded and published on 2015. To think about this one, this literary piece has been, I'm not really familiar with this one unless I search it on the internet. I highly advise you guys to search some Filipino literacy, any literary works, because it really has its texture. Like, when you read it, you would see that there is more to it. It's an eye-opener. So I hope this would be a chance for us to see the Filipino literary pieces as they are much more brilliant than we intend to do so. They are underrated, and it's time for us to give some spotlight to these guys.
Hello, hi, I'm Princess, and my answer is I think I'm interested by reading a literary pieces, and I'll give you a thumbs up.
Thank you!